Hello everyone, it is August 1st, 2023. It's Tuesday. It's Harp Tuesday. Welcome to this week's episode. So today, I'm going to invite you to come along with me as I work on the phrasing and shaping of the opening for Chopin's Raindrop Prelude, Prelude number 15. This is something I've been working on, and it's a piece that really is all about how you want to shape this. There's definitely also a lot of different potential tempos, like if you listen to recordings, there's quite a variety of tempos. But I want to focus on just this opening, maybe even just these first two bars. So in a moment, we're going to go over, and I've recorded a practice session from a couple weeks ago. We're going to listen to that and look at some things to work on. So I'm going to get set up here on my iPad. So I have the music on my iPad. What I'm going to do in 4 scores, I'm going to go up and enter the annotation or edit mode, whatever it's called. And I'm going to make another layer, which is this little icon right over to the far right. It looks like 3 layered diamond shapes. And I'm going to create a score layer and call it phrasing. So that way, any marks that I make there, I can always erase or change them later without worrying about erasing any fingering or pedal markings that I've already got there. Great. So that way, we're good to go. So I'm going to take my iPad over to my computer and listen to this practice session, and we'll talk about what I'm going to focus on these first couple of bars. All right, so here's this recording that I did a couple of weeks ago. Let's listen to the opening here. So a couple things, right, that I've been working on, trying to work on, is this note here, this one here, is too loud. So that I want this dee-da-dum instead of dee-da-dum, right? Of course, we have 3 notes happening here on that beat rather than the single notes, but I'm trying to make sure that this stays soft. So I'll sometimes put a little down arrow above a note as a reminder to myself I want to keep it soft. And listen to it again. Right, so dee ba bum jumps out too much, right? Dee da dum. This was a little bit late here, but that was just I think because I wasn't quite ready for it, so it was a mistake rather than something I want to change in terms of how I want to phrase it. So this one was better, right? This one was better here. It was better, and you can also hear how this note here was not loud enough. So here I might just put a little up arrow to remind myself about that. And this one, I think I could have been a little bit gentler on that one. If we listen to it again, so softer, it should be softer. It should have been earlier. Totally missed that. Could have just been a mistake. That repeated F. That repeated F could have been softer. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to go over to my Harp now, and I'm going to record that section and play it maybe a few times, and then listen back and see how that's sounding. Because again, it can often be quite different when you're playing. You maybe hear it one way, but then when you listen back, it's different. So let's go over there and try that out. Okay, so again, we're focusing on this bottom, bottom. And it's tricky as well because I kind of want to bring out that it's not just a single D here. I want to bring out this. But it's a bit tricky because again, it's a lot easier to play. It's a little bit harder to play the thumb. I want to make sure I get enough flesh on this string that I'm not getting a bad sound, and at the same time I don't want this to be so this not quite happy with the sound. I want a slightly bigger sound without it being too loud. Okay, let's go check out some of those and see how they're sounding. Okay, so here's the first take, I think. Okay, I love how that floats, how the right-hand line floats. Yeah, right, the short note just grows into the A. I still would love to have a little bit more of the left hand of this D and F without it becoming overpowering. So that was still late. Okay, I gotta work some more on that. I was thinking it was maybe just a mistake the other time, a physical mistake, but I think I need to work on that a little bit. Okay, that was beautiful. Where's my pencil? It's over there. Just a second. This needs to be earlier. I'll put a little arrow, a back arrow. I got to get it started a little bit earlier. Yeah, and then this. So this B here, that was great. I heard that. That was beautiful. I liked this F, softer, the repeated F, but this I think stood out just a little bit much, the E there. Let's check that out again. Okay, more on this, more on that. Okay, it wasn't the E, it was that G. Interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that on some of the other takes to see if that's the case for all of them. It might just be a mistake, right? Okay, so this was pretty good. This ending was good. This I could have even more of a feeling of it being completely free and easy, even though those notes are fairly fast. Let's try and skip forward. Sorry, I'm just going to start this tiny bit before. Let's try that again. Yeah, that was a bit too loud, right? That was pretty good. So it's too loud. So listen to this first one, which was quite nice, right? Wherever that one was. this. Where it was. Boom, 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 like that. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that was particularly good. This one I think is not quite as good. Still late. That was a little bit late too. Oh, that's because right. Yes, I didn't quite remember it. Trying to get the sound I want here. So maybe it's that left-hand note. I should have bookmarked this other spot wherever it was. Yeah, it's the left hand, this note here, not being too late. Even though it's the beginning of the piece. Okay, so we'll work a little bit on that. So where was this? Over here. That one wasn't late that time. Oh, so that was a good one, right? Okay, so what? No, it wasn't. So it wasn't this one. What is it? Just that, yeah, just some nice, a little bit of stretching there. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. So I still think this can be a little bit softer here. Oops. Yeah, this can just come down a little bit in general there after we finish that little bit. Might work a little bit on that little group of 7 again. One more time. Ah, too loud, right? Let's check the end of the bar. A little bit clunky. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so got some things to work on. Let's go back and work on them. Okay, so I want to work a little bit now on this. It has to be just as easy as stuff I work. Sometimes we just go. Getting to this chord can't slow me down. sound, partly by how I grip and approach the string. Again, I want to hear this top note. I don't want to just hear two. I want to hear the thumb. That's a nice sound, right? Definitely thinking about putting the thumb through the strings quite a bit. Bouncing off of this. Boom, 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 boom. A little bit late left hand. Okay, I'm going to try maybe 3 times through this 4-bar phrase, and we'll go back and listen to those. Well, we'll go back and take a look, see how it's sounding. So it's right at the beginning, right? It has to be really perfect, and that was a bit clunky on the chord on the dee da pom. Okay. So that was good. Like I really felt the dee da dum dum. So this now I feel really flows. This was a bit late. That was a bit late. Listen to it one more time. Nice, and I'm happy with the left hand. That those couple notes that I marked down right as maybe not being quite loud enough I'm hearing them quite well. So that's good. That's good. I'm kind of feeling that this one here can actually be delayed just a little bit, right? So that deem to stretch just a little bit. Maybe I'll put the up there, and then I'll put a little wiggle here to say take a little bit, tiny bit more time there. Not bad. Well, last time I guess. Last one. So again, it's good. It's good. Definitely have to be that very beginning is tricky to get it exactly the way I want it, and I definitely don't want to be too loud. Dee da dum. I'm liking the transition at the end of the bar now. That first bar, I think that's good. I'm feeling that as well, right? Like I'm feeling that. I want to get that end of the second bar, that same feeling of movement leading into it. And then I want to stretch, make more of those 2 repeated Fs in the right hand with a change in chords underneath it. And I'm going to play around with the ending just a little bit. That group of 7, we'll work that just a little bit. Okay, so what I feel now. Boom, 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 boom. I'm feeling these boom, boom, to lead into there. So the next one, I was maybe feeling a bit of a breath, and maybe I don't want a breath there. that amount. I mean, it felt good, that amount of time at the end of the third bar. That felt good to me. Yeah, let's try that again. I felt this. That A was a little bit too soft, probably, but I like the amount of space, maybe. You get that moment sort of, and we're expecting the next one to come in. It's just being held for that long enough to kind of jolt us out of complacency. Okay, so let's work on this. I changed the fingering recently. I was using a 3 here on the D, on this D here. If I zoom in on this, and I was crossing 2 under to play the final G. The problem was I would often get a sound I wasn't happy with and going back to the thumb then. So now I've changed to 4. Let's try that. Again, it's a really interesting thing, right? Sometimes where you have these sort of fast little runs, but somehow, despite taking up a small amount of space, each note has to feel as if it's just floating, as if you have all the time in the world to get from it to the next one. So lots of space between the notes, rather than feeling that it's a big frantic hurry to get through them all. Not happy with the sound there. Okay, I want to do a bit of a raise here to get that 4th finger ready to place there. Yeah, a little bit more motion in the hand. That helps. It helps. That's much better. Okay, that feels better for me. I'll go back and take a listen to that. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that. That sounds really, really good. It just has a beautiful elasticity and flow to it. So I think that idea of kind of moving the hand is really going to help, that sort of physical reminder of what I want to be doing there. And yeah, so I've got some markings. Again, it's memorized at the moment, but if I do something like this, I'll try and do some practice where I am looking at the music and being able to look at my markings, as well as, of course, trying to remember them and memorize them. And this is just something like this, right, can be so helpful, especially if you're not working with a coach or a teacher. The advantage of working with somebody is that you streamline the process a little bit, because you play and they immediately can make a suggestion and you can do something and, oh yeah, no, that was good, or a little bit too loud or too soft or too late or too fast or whatever, rather than here recording, having to come back, listen, having to go back and try. Streamlines the process. On the other hand, something like this is really good for you, for your ear to develop, to try to figure out, is it sounding the way I want? If it isn't, what can I do to make it sound the way I want? What needs to be done there? And playing around with it. And yeah, just really, even if you are working with a coach or a teacher, doing something like this, it can be really, really beneficial. And so for me, it's something I should do more of, but is always helpful whenever I do it. So I hope you've enjoyed that sort of glimpse into one aspect of my practice process. This is one of the pieces I'm going to be playing in Europe later this fall, and maybe try and get a music video of it as well. It's a beautiful piece, and I think does work pretty well on the harp. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you in 2 weeks for another episode of Harp Tuesday. Cheers.